Hi guys, Deluded Gunnar. Obviously, welcome. I know I've made some videos similar to this topic, touching upon this topic, briefly talking about this topic, but I don't think I've directly addressed this topic. I'm speaking about if we was to get top four, would Wenger, or not get top four, should I say, not get top four, that's what I meant to say, would Wenger leave? And it is one that really got my head sensing and my head tingling. I didn't really know how I felt about that because I'm a person, I like to look at things from what's happening there, all angles. So let's get into it. Let me try my best. If I was to initially say my reaction, yes, he would leave top four. I mean, big made a big case of it on top of winning titles and invincible and the stadium and all the stuff he's done for our club. 20 years, he's always had finishing ahead of Spurs. I don't really, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan, I want to finish ahead of Spurs, but it's not the end of the world. At this point, we just want to get top four, so I won't speak about that. But he's never finished below Spurs, and he's always got top four. Now, to see it end, if it did end in his 20 years here, if it did end, then he's got nothing really to cling on to, as silly as it would be to cling on to that. Consistency's gone, disgrace gone, on top of being hounded out and abused and whatnot, and how the season's gone and not getting reactions from the players and all of that cocktail. He might just say enough's enough, let me just calm it down and things like that. But on the other hand, I mean, this is Arsene Wenger. We've been here before. The guy can take abuse behind closed doors. Of course, he's human. Of course, some of it gets to you. I mean, a lot of abuse is warranted, but some of it's downright nasty and unfair and personal. But he's told it before. I mean, we've heard several players say in interviews, Wenger constantly says, don't ignore everybody from the outside. Leave me to take the criticism. Wenger is a person who's spoken about at times in being in Japan, how when you show emotion and show anger, they laugh at you. And a lot of that transpired into Wenger's calmness and stuff. It's only in recent seasons with pushing Jose and pushing officials and being that real breaking point and a bit more upfront in press conferences that you're seeing certain traits come out. But I really don't. There's a point, like I said, there's a part of me that thinks he's been here before, he's been abused before. What? There comes a point where there's not much no one can say to you. How many times? Imagine you're Wenger, I'm Wenger. Yes, you can call me a specialist in failure. I haven't won this for Arsenal. I haven't done that for Arsenal. I won't do this. I won't do that. My team does this. My team doesn't do that. How many times? Of course, we can keep telling it to you, but how many times are you going to hear it with actually affecting you or having an effect on you or registering with you? After a while, it's going to be water off a duck's back, which it probably is to the guy now. I mean, how many times has he probably heard that he's a failure, we haven't won the league in 13 years, 14 years, whatever? It's true, but I mean, if it was you and you were in that position and you heard it enough times, after so long, it's just the same old record. You're not really going to care, are you? And on the other hand, 20 years of good work, pride. He's a prideful man. Seeing how he's been thrown into the darkness, like I said, abused, etc. Like, from a man who's being strangled with the same rope he helped Arsenal climb up on. All of this would, if it was me, it would make you pull deep within and stay at the job, because who would want to go out like that, especially someone who's done that? Would you want to go out like that? I wouldn't want to go out like that. Obviously, he faces the biggest summer. He could think to himself, and I trust me, I don't believe what I'm about to say either. I'm just saying it to keep the debate going. He could say, yeah, it's a big summer of change, of debate. Let me bring certain players in, a caliber of players in. Let me tie down certain contracts. Let me stop doing this. Let me pull back from the darkness and try and end on a good note. Who knows? It actually goes two ways. I'm actually starting to believe that if he didn't finish in the top four, he would actually, it's more likely he would stay, to be honest, because there's a lot of uncertainty around our club off the field as well. We wouldn't be in top four, certainty we had. So there'll be a lot of uncertainty. And if that happens, the board don't know what they're doing anyways. Do you really think the board will know what they're doing if Wenger was to leave or we didn't get top four or whatnot and panic start rising? Of course, on one hand, you think Kroenke will be like, oh, no top four. Silent Stan doesn't get his money. Let me come and say something. Let me say, Wenger, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. But he could just look at it as, yeah, I'm a businessman. Sometimes you have bad business years. For the long part, it's been exciting. We've had a great run. It's just been a bad year. Wenger, you got next year to get to stay doing what you're doing and get it back on track. So we don't know what is going to happen. I don't know how to answer this, guys. I'm actually 50-50. Like, again, I said this in my other video. My brain is telling me he would leave. if we didn't get top 4. But my gut is telling me I don't think he would. Like, I do not think he would. I mean, I think Arsenal, we're in this paradox now, and until they literally want to go, Silent Stan, Arsene Wenger, and Invisible Ivan are always going to be here. Get used to it, sadly. Deluded Guna, guys, in conclusion, I don't know. I really, really don't know. Again, not to touch upon the last part again, but just thinking about it, like, the changes at the back room, as well as the front of house at Arsenal, would just lead to Wenger staying more, because, I mean, we all know what he's done for us in the past. I've spoken about it in the past. That would just mean that the club need him more in it, because we wouldn't have the certain comfortable situation we've had for a number of years. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I hope at the very least I've given you guys something to ponder. I've given myself a lot to ponder. Hopefully I've given you lot guys a lot to think about. Tell me your views. Subscribe, like, you guys know the drill, man. Don't get away without doing that. Help me blow, man. Let's get this thing going. Deluded Goon, I'm signing out.